Hi and welcome to this quick beginner Pilates workout. So I'll have you start on the mat with your feet hip distance apart. Bring your hands underneath your knees and use your arms to help you to find that length in your spine. Imagine that you have a helium balloon on the crown of the head that pulls and lifts you all the way up. Now find your sit bones. You can slide your butt cheeks out to find those sit bones reaching down towards the mat. So you're trying to find a little bit more length in your body. Relax your shoulders and then roll off your sit bones and start rolling and melting your spine down to the mat. Try to keep that length in your spine as you're slowly melting it to the mat. Then straighten your legs away from you and reach your arms above your head. Give yourself a big full body stretch. Then grab your right wrist and gently pull on that right wrist to stretch the whole right side of your body from your fingers all the way down to your toes. I want you to find that connection and length through your arm, your waist, your hip. Imagine that I'm pulling that right leg away from you so you can get a little bit longer. Then grab your left wrist and reach with that left heel. Imagine I'm pulling the left heel away from you so you're gently pulling that left wrist and you can access the side of the body and then release slowly. Now walk your feet a little bit closer to each other. Keep your heels touching and imagine that you have a piece of thin foil just on the top of your pelvis and start wrapping that foil around your hips. So your bum muscles and your lower abs will help you to hold your legs active in the air. Lift your arms up to the ceiling as you're breathing out. Find your upper abs to bend your spine, lifting your head and shoulders. Reach with your fingers to your toes, squeeze your abs, squeeze your bum muscles and float your feet as high as your eyes and start pumping your arms. It's 100. Inhale for a few pumps and exhale for a few pumps. If it feels like it's too much, simply bend your knees all the way into your chest. Imagine that you're filling up a balloon inside your ribcage. Then you can make it a little bit harder by straightening one leg forward for a full breath and switch your legs with each exhalation. If you're feeling strong, you can also straighten both legs out, keeping them as high as your eyes. Make those pumps nice and big, at least 10 inches. When your legs feel too heavy, you can lift them straight up to the ceiling and just lower one leg just to your eye height. Switch on each exhalation and find a modification that works best for you on a day, where you feel strong in your body and fully connected. You're always looking for creating space in your body. And when you're ready, just slowly release. Great work! Roll up is next. Please flex your feet and keep your toes curling towards your shins. Then bring your chin to your chest and on the exhalation, curl in and up over your legs. Dive your head between your arms like you want to create a capital letter C with your body. See if you can pull the stomach away from your t-shirt. And the power will come from your pelvis to roll off your sit bones to the back of your pelvis and then melt your spine bone by bone to the mat. Next time you roll up, you want to reach a little bit deeper and a little bit farther. Feel like your lower abs will help you to bring your spine down to the mat. Wherever your eyes go, your body will follow. So keep looking down towards your belly. And with that deep exhalation, feel like you could go a little bit deeper, a little bit farther. And if your spine feels sticky and it lifts in one big piece, just focus on that exhalation. Deep, deep exhalation. Squeeze every atom of the air, completely emptying your lungs. Make it all about the exhalation, like every exercise is just all about the exhalation. Let's do one more repetition. Create that capital letter C with your body. Keep your feet really actively curling towards your shins. And imagine that I'm pulling the legs away from you as you're rolling and melting your spine towards the mat. Great work. Rest your hands on the side of your hips. And please bend your both knees. Stay with your feet together. Your big toes and your heels are touching and your knees are glued together. Now try to find that length in your spine. Be aware where your sit bones are, where your tail is, and reach with your tail towards your heels. And in the same time, reach with the crown of your head all the way to the wall behind you. So think about your spine like a spring. and you're trying to open all the coils in that spring to give yourself that great stretch. Now imagine that you have two caps on top of your hips. On each side of your pelvis, left cap is filled with water, the right is empty. I want you to spill the water from the left cap all the way to the right, twisting sideways, and then spill the water from the right hip to the left hip. So we are adding this small rocking, side to side, small rotation from your spine. The shoulders will stay still on the mat, and try to keep your knees touching throughout the full movement. The pelvis moves and the shoulders stay on the mat. Great! Now hug your right leg closer to your body, slide the left leg along the mat and bring your hands in the back of your right thigh and just straighten that leg up to the ceiling. You still want to keep your spine nice and long. Gently pull that right leg 3 times towards your body so you feel that nice stretch in the back of the leg. Feel like you're creating more space in your body with each exhalation. Ideally, we want to keep that right knee above the hip. If your hamstrings feel a little bit tighter, just bend your knees a little bit. It doesn't have to be straight. Your thigh bone is straight coming out of your hip, and you want to gently rotate it out so the knee is pointing to the outside of your body. Please place your hands down on the mat, relax your shoulders, and spill the water from the right hip to the left across your body. Then lower the right leg down to meet your left leg and open to the side, lift it all the way up. You're drawing a huge circle with that leg. Make sure to start and finish at the top and pause for a split second to check if the leg is still turned out. Inhale as you bring the leg across your body and exhale to lift it all the way up. We are doing 5 repetitions all together. Inhale across your body, and then it's a powerful exhalation to lift all the way up. Great, now let's reverse it. Open all the way to your right, bring it down to your left foot across your body, and then stack the leg back up. Inhale to open, and feel like you're pouring water from that right hip to the left hip to lift it all the way up. If you feel comfortable keeping your shoulders still, you can do those circles a little bit faster. Exhale deeper as you're pressing your arms stronger to the mat. It's a full body engagement. Great work. When you finish, just lower your foot down to the mat and notice that your right leg is way longer than the left leg and you probably have more space in your right hip as well. It feels great, doesn't it? Now hug the left leg closer to your body. Bring your hands in the back of your thigh and straighten that leg all the way up to the ceiling. Bend your elbows to pull that leg a little bit closer to your body for 3 times, just to stretch and open up the back of the leg. Rotate your thigh bone slightly out and then pour the water from that left hip all the way to your right hip and then circle around. Inhale to bring the leg across your body, and with that powerful exhalation, lift it all the way up. Feel like each circle will be slightly bigger than the previous one. And then check with yourself if you're still trying to create a little bit more space in your body. Your waist will stay nice and long and your arms are really strongly pressing to the mat. Let's reverse your circles. Open to your left and then bring it across your body and lift all the way up. It's a little bit like a spiral motion. Each circle is a little bit bigger than the previous one. See if you can pour the water from that left hip to the right hip. We have 2 more big circles. Arms are strong on the mat. Deep exhalation. And then release. Hug that left leg all the way in. Pull yourself all the way up to sit up and straighten both legs. Great work. Bring your heels together and leave your hands on the side of your hips. Now press your hands down to the mat, squeeze your abs and find that abdominal scoop and bring your bum all the way to your heels. Grab your shins with your hands, lift the feet off the mat, lift your elbows to the sides of your body and then curl inside you. So you're balancing on your bum, your feet are lifted, look down to your belly button and then try to bend your spine a little bit more by squeezing your abs. Try to create a shape of a ball with your whole body and hold that balance. With the inhalation, roll to the back And with the exhalation, roll forward, keeping your feet off the floor. So you're balancing. Inhale to go back, exhale to go forward. Massaging your spine on the mat, we stimulate all the nerves that go through your spinal cord. To make it harder, grab your feet with your hands. So the lower your hands go, the harder it will be. Let's do it one more time. So you roll back, powerful exhalation, and then slowly release. Lower your feet to the floor, bring your hands right behind you, lift your bum off the mat, and then bring your bum all the way to the back, so you are somewhere in the middle of the mat. And then slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Feel like you're melting your spine. Our next two exercises are from our abdominal series of 5, and we are starting with single leg stretch. Please hug the right leg closer to your body, bring your right hand just to the outside of your ankle, and your left hand is on the inside of your knee. Reach with that right sit bone away from you and make sure that your waist stays nice and long. Raise your elbows like you have balloons underneath your underarms and curl forward, bringing your eyebrows close to your knee. Use your abs to lift your left foot as high as your eyes. Pull that right leg a little bit closer and then switch your legs. And pull the left leg all the way in as you're reaching with that right leg forward. And you switch. Pull the right leg in, pull the left leg in. Keep your body nice and still, so make sure that you're not rocking your body from side to side, and squeeze your abs a little bit more to support your lower back. Make sure that you're working on those deep exhalations, and then hug both legs in and release. Great work. Relax your head on the mat. Turn your head to the right like you want to listen to the right side of the mat. Then turn your head to the left like you want to listen to the left side of the mat. We want to relax all the muscles in your neck. The next exercise is double leg stretch. It's very same like the one that we just did, but we are moving both legs in the same time. So pull your legs close to your body, bend the elbows into the sides of the room, curl forward like you want to bring your eyebrows closer to your knees. Squeeze your abs to hold you in this position, and then squeeze your feet together. Whenever you're ready, stretch your both legs all the way forward to the wall in front of you. Reach with your fingers to your toes, and then pull the legs, hug them, and squish your abs. You stretch your legs, and then hug them all the way in. To make it harder, lift your both arms up to the ceiling or even up above the head. Don't allow your body to rock. Squeeze your abs a little bit more to help you to support that spine. Let's do that one more time. You reach and lengthen, and then deep exhalation, hug your legs, and then slowly release on the mat. Great work, that's the hard one. Turn your head to the right side of the mat, like you want to listen to the mat. Turn your head to the left, exhaling deeply, and then release. Hug your legs a little bit closer to you and lift yourself all the way up to sit up. Stay with your legs wide, even as wide as the mat. Slide the butt cheeks out so you're sitting on top of your sit bones. Flex your feet and relax your thighs on the mat. Imagine that helium balloon on the crown of the head that lifts you all the way up, so you're stretching your spine a little bit taller. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. And now take deep breath in, and then with the exhalation round your spine, squeezing your abs, make loads of wrinkles on your t-shirt, like you're bending your spine over a big gym ball. Try to reach with the crown of the head between your knees. Exhale every atom of the air, and then take deep inhalation to stack the spine back up. Imagine that your spine is stacked against the wall, and as you're rolling forward, you're trying to peel the spine off that imaginary wall. And then round it, it's a big stretch in the back of your body. And then lengthen and try to sit a little bit taller with each repetition. Make as many wrinkles on your t-shirt as you're bending forward. And exhale every atom of that air. Go slightly deeper. Reach with the crown of the head between your knees. And then lengthen up. Imagine that frozen ice cube on your lower belly being dragged around your stomach. So you want to find that abdominal scoop. Feel like you're lifting your abdominals all the way in and up to bend you forward. Let's do one more repetition. Keep your feet flexed and strong. And then release. Open your arms wide to the side and start twisting to the right. Lower your right hand to the mat and then look behind you, reaching with your left hand all the way to your right toes and bend your spine over that right leg. Go deep and slightly deeper. Stack the spine back up, rotate to your left and reach with the right hand to your left pinky toe. Try to reach with the hand to the outside of the foot and feel like with each exhalation you could rotate a little bit more and bring that opposite rib to your opposite thigh, opposite ear to your opposite knee. Lengthen, keep looking behind you. Let's do that one more time to your right. Exhale to go over, a little bit deeper. Inhale to stack the spine back up. And then exhale to the left, go slightly deeper, and then release. Great work. Bring your feet together, swing them all the way behind you and lie down on your stomach. Find your pubic bone pressing down to the mat, and that will help us to lengthen that lower back a little bit more. Open your feet as wide as your hips and then bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Slide the shoulders away from the ears and pull the stomach away from the t-shirt to support that lower back. We want to work on creating space in your spine. Start by scooping your abdominals all the way in and up. Press your arms down to the mat. Gently lift your head, roll through those 7 bones in your neck. Open up your chest and start rolling and crunching your upper back to bring your chest all the way forward and up. Push your arms into the mat to support you and just slowly lower yourself down to the mat. So it's like you want to give yourself a big stretch, big yawn with your body. You never want to feel it in your lower back. If you do, just reduce your range, make it a little bit smaller. Or maybe you can squeeze your abs a little bit stronger. Let's take deep inhalation as you go all the way up. Stretch your body and open. And with the deep exhalation, slowly lower down towards the mat. If it's easy with your feet wide, just bring the heels together and make sure that you're always pressing your toenails down to the mat. And release after this one and just sit back towards your heels into your child pose. Stretch your fingers away from you, walk your fingers to the right corner of the mat, walk the fingers to the left corner of the mat, and then release. Great work. Please slowly lift yourself up on all fours and then walk your feet forward to sit down and then slowly lay yourself down on the mat. Our next exercise is shoulder bridge. So stay with your feet somewhere around a foot distance away from your bum. Your feet will be hip distance apart and just rest the hands on the side of your body. Find a length in your spine. Think about your spine like that spring and you're opening all the coils along the mat. Your shoulders are just melting to the floor. And imagine that you have a Velcro underneath your spine. So press your arms strongly to the mat, melt the lower back down to the mat and start lifting your bum and peel the spine off the mat, lifting your hips up in the air and reach with your knees over your toes. Feel like you're stretching and yawning with the front of your body. Keep reaching with your knees forward as you're melting the spine down on the mat. So the goal here is to create a little bit more space in your spine. Feel your spine being really sticky as you're peeling it off the mat. Your arms are pressing strongly to the mat. And notice that the stronger your arms are, the more you can feel it in your abs. So each exercise will become a full body workout. Keep your feet firmly pressing down, your arms are pressing to the mat, and you're just rolling, peeling, and try to articulate bone by bone. Try to stretch your knees slightly forward when you're rolling down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale as you're rolling your hips all the way up. Stretch your knees away. And then with that exhalation, go bone by bone, melting your spine fully to the mat. Great work. Let's turn over on your hands and knees. Curl your toes underneath you, lift your knees off the mat, lift your bum up in the air, all the way up to the ceiling, and just walk your hands back towards your feet and roll your spine up to stand up tall. We are going to finish with a push-up. Squeeze your heels together and keep your toes slightly apart. Drop your tail down and feel like you're pulling your abdominal wall all the way in and up. Then lift your arms up towards the ceiling, and then with the exhalation, crunch your abs to bend your spine. Make loads of wrinkles on your t-shirt. Reach up and over, land with your hands on the mat, and just walk your hands all the way into a plank position. Stay strong with your hands on the mat, and just lower your knees to make it a little bit easier. Bend your elbows and then push the floor away from you. Do that twice more. Bend your elbows and then straighten. One more time. Bend your elbows, push that floor away from you, then lift your hips all the way up, folding your body in half. Just lower your heels to the mat and walk your hands back towards your feet. Great. Squeeze your abs to roll the spine back up. So feel like you're using your abs to stack the spine. Lift your arms up in the air, open your arms and release. Great work. Let's stand with your feet hip distance apart. Raise your both arms up. Grab one wrist and stretch your body up and over to one side. Grab the other wrist, stretch up and over, and just shake the hands away, relaxing. Thank you so much for joining me, and please let me know if you have any questions.